I'm Andrea Ricuarte, and the perspective I bring is from an advocate's perspective. I volunteer as a first responder on our team of forensic nurses and sexual assault advocates, and we are very much the boots on the ground working with law enforcement, supporting survivors through the reporting process. And, you know, the stories that we hear, this would be a no-brainer if you saw what we saw. And so to talk about sexual assault is extremely difficult, and it's extremely challenging for people to come forward, and many do not because they feel like there's no point. There's a lack of justice. And I'm coming to you today to urge you to pass these amendments to fund our DNA crime lab, and I'm speaking to you not only as an advocate, but as a survivor of sexual assault. And I cannot even begin to describe to you the effects of this type of crime. And we need to do everything in our power to work together to prevent them. And just think about the culture of Austin. You know, it is really inexcusable for a city of our size, with our culture and within our geography, to not have a fully staffed and fully operational DNA crime lab. We are a college town in a party city in a border state. And, you know, this is a really dark topic, but that's what makes it so hard to talk about. And the reality is that rape, sexual assault, and human trafficking are going on in our city, and people are doing this with impunity because we are not addressing it all the way. We've already done a great job of making the reporting process a lot easier. If you look at what we've done with Eloise House, I mean, we bought a mobile home and converted it into a forensic clinic to make reporting free and faster and a lot less traumatic for our survivors. And so we need the city's help to reach the rest of the solution. We need to be able to take our rape kits and process them. It is not only for identifying perpetrators who may not be known to the victims, it is also the expectation of jurors, largely because of what we call the CSI effect. They have completely false conceptions about how crimes are actually solved and in what timeline. And so this creates a situation where when a crime like this goes to trial, the jurors are expecting the evidence from that DNA kit in order to put a person in jail and hold them accountable for these crimes. And we also know that people who commit these crimes, you know, it's not about people getting drunk and regretting their sexual experiences. It is about predators who are poisoned with a sickening impulse to take advantage of people and do it in a repeated manner for power. We know that the majority of these crimes are committed by repeat offenders. So the longer we allow these kits to sit in our backlog, it means that people are out there committing felonies and not being held accountable for it. The effects are devastating. This is a very, very real and dark problem that our city faces. And so I urge you to consider the funding of our fully staffed DNA crime lab with 7 technicians so we can address the backlog and be able to process kits in a timely manner going forward. I'm on call tonight. If I get dispatched to go help a survivor through this process, I pray to God she does not ask me how long it's going to take for that kit to get processed, because the answer used to be pretty bad, but now it's unacceptable. I will just end by saying this is not Missoula, Montana. This is Austin, Texas. We are a progressive and innovative city, and we can do a better job to address violent crime. Thank you.